So some of you guys have been asking me for my thoughts on the new Kraton 6S EXB V6. First of all, the name. They call it the V6 EXB. Personally, I would call it the V3 EXB just because it is the third version of the Kraton EXB 6S lineup. But I do see why they called it the V6 EXB because it is the EXB version of the V6 Kraton here. Now the EXB is $749, whereas this is only $599. So it's $150 more for the EXB. And after tax and shipping, if you do order it online, that's like almost $900 for a 6S 1/8 scale. Is that really worth it? Let me give you my thoughts on that. So the EXB version of this came out right after this came out. I got my hands on this and already went ahead and did some upgrades. Now the EXB version of this has some black and red body style with this clipless system here, but it has the aluminum bulkheads, the main thing, aluminum EXB chassis braces, and I think the shock towers might be different. The shocks are a little bit different as well, and you do get that EXB chassis in there as well. So the few upgrades I already did to this thing, like look at these chassis upgrades. This is all M2C here. The back end of this chassis is already way stronger than the EXB. The Kraton V6 actually came with an EXB chassis on it. It actually comes with a lot of EXB parts on it, just minus the bulkheads and the chassis braces. But the EXB just has those major aluminum upgrades on there. You can always add in all the EXB parts in this down the road, and it already has a lot. So I'm actually not a huge fan of the EXB. Now I do have the EXB Outcast, but that's because this is all they had out. The BLX version is like discontinued a long time ago, and it's weak. This is a lot stronger, and we're also doing a lot of upgrades to it. So yeah, that's why I have the EXB Outcast. But this, the EXB Kraton, you can upgrade down the road. EXB, I would say, is for people who just want to rip it out of the box and just immediately go extreme with it. And there's not a lot of those people. So BLX versions, I would just go with these because number one, they're cheaper. You can put $1,500 in this thing, but you don't have to do that all at once. And I think the EXB just kind of takes a lot of the fun out of it because the BLX versions, you can upgrade stuff down the road. The EXB already comes with some of the upgrades, and I think upgrading is part of the fun. So just buying the EXB kind of takes some of the fun out of it. So if you're thinking about getting one of the new Kraton V6s, I would go with this. You don't have to spend $800 right off the bat. This was only $600. If you do want to go extreme with this thing, all you need is a couple of upgrades. And if you do get the EXB, you're going to need to upgrade this chassis anyways because I bent it on the very first run. This is the EXB chassis right down here, as I showed you earlier. This is the same chassis that comes on, of course, the EXB Kraton. This bends pretty easily. However, the M2C one does not bend easier, and it has the help of this other brace / support here and this brace up there as well. Now, you can just get this brace for the stock chassis just to make this back end a lot stronger here. So you can do that with the EXB chassis, but going extreme over a long period of time, you're eventually going to bend that EXB chassis, and you're just going to have to go with an upgraded chassis in the long run. So there you go. There's my thoughts on the Kraton EXB 6S. That was just a lot of me yapping kind of uncontrollably, but if that makes sense, let me know your thoughts down below. And thanks for watching this short little video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.